Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
A shooting in southeast Bakersfield leaves one man dead and another man found with serious injuries inside of a car. How police are investigating these multiple scenes.
And as the pandemic continues, many people around the world have been forced to work from home. We'll tell you how you might want to check out that utility bill as the use of energy goes up.
And the amount of confirmed cases in Kern County is multiplying. We'll bring you an update on the current number. Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 6 a.m. on this Tuesday. I'm Danielle Kernkamp.
I'm Mike Hart. Glad you're here. Let's bring in CHP Officer Robert Rodriguez. Get a first check of your roadways at the 6 o'clock hour. Robert?
Thank you very much, Mike. Good morning, everyone. Here on this Tuesday, still a very good commute here locally. If you're getting ready to head out the door this morning, you have to be out there on our roadways and freeways. Things are, again, moving along quite smoothly, but we are on scene of that earlier crash. Again, it's going to be off of Bear Mountain Boulevard, just south of Highway 58. Single vehicle rollover crash at that location. Everything's off the roadway, but we are experiencing some dense fog in that area, so just keep that in mind if you're up that way this morning. If you do plan on traveling on Highway 58 in the higher elevations, again, remember to please use extra caution and please slow it down. As of right now, again, all of your major routes are in pretty good shape. That's my look at traffic. Alyssa, we'll send it to you.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, taking a look right now at our radar from last night, you can see that there's definitely less, there's not really much activity right now other than some cloud coverage on our radar coming into this morning. You'll see that there is a rain system that is moving towards our region for tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a bit, but right now looking at our temperatures here in Kern County, you'll see we're at 52 degrees in Bakersfield, 50s across much of the valley at this hour. We are going to be warming up to the mid 60s here in town and again across much of the valley. These temperatures that you're seeing right now are about 5 to 10 degrees below average, below what we usually see this time of year. Again, we are expecting a very slow moving storm to move into our region this week. We'll talk about that coming up.
We are continuing to follow breaking news that's just coming into the 23 ABC newsroom involving the 2020 Olympics. The Summer Games have officially been postponed to summer of 2021. Less than 30 minutes ago, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said he'd reached an agreement with International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach to postpone the Olympics for about 1 year. Several countries had already decided to keep their athletes home due to coronavirus concerns.
In other news, a shooting from overnight has left one man dead and another severely injured in southeast Bakersfield. According to BPD, officers were called out to reports of a shooting near Cottonwood Road and Pacheco just after 8 o'clock. As officers arrived, they say they found a man who was dead at the scene from apparent gunshot wounds. Officers say they noticed a vehicle leaving the area and pursued it, stopping that vehicle at East Brundage Lane and MLK Jr. Boulevard. Inside, they found a man driving with gunshot wounds. He had major injuries and was taken to the hospital. It's unknown if the man in the car was actually a suspect in the shooting. Police believe both shootings are related, but right now they don't know how. No suspect information has been released. Anyone with information on this is asked to call BPD at 327-7111. And this morning, the Bakersfield Police Department needs your help to find a kidnapping and carjacking suspect. Take a look. Police provided this composite of a man they say got into a woman's car Monday afternoon in the area of Ming Avenue and Stein Road. Police say the woman was sitting in her parked car when this person got into the driver's seat, forced the woman to stay in the car, and drove off. Police say he threatened her while they were driving before he stopped, got out in the area of Romero Road and Stein Road, and ran away. He's described as about 20 years of age, 5'7", 260 pounds. He has a short black beard, wearing a blue baseball cap, a blue shirt, dark baggy pants, and white shoes. If you think you've seen the man or you think you know who he is, call police at 327-7111.
An investigation is underway after an officer-involved shooting left a man dead in Mojave. The Kern County Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to Pat Avenue in Mojave Monday around 2:30 p.m. Officials say the call was for a disturbance involving a woman and her adult child. Deputies determined the woman was a victim of an assault and received information there were multiple firearms inside the residence. Deputies then obtained an arrest warrant for the suspect, a 50-year-old man. As deputies tried to serve the warrant, the suspect reportedly shot shot at the deputies from inside the home. Deputies returned fire and the suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. No deputies were injured during this incident. As a result of the shooting, 3 deputies were placed on routine administrative leave. If you know anything about the incident, call KCSO at 861-3110.
If you are impacted by the COVID-19 virus and you can't pay your property taxes, county officials say you can request a penalty cancellation, but only after the deadline. County officials say they have no authority to extend the April 10th deadline. However, starting April 11th, people who are unable to pay for reasons related to COVID-19 can submit a request for penalty cancellation along with their payment. To find out where you can get those forms, go to our website, turn2023.com. And working from home might save you money in some areas, but it could cost you in other unexpected ways. You're going to want to look closely at a recent utility bill if you have it. Some companies charge more for energy use at certain times of day, so you might not have noticed before because you were at work. Running appliances during those times can apparently really add up. Even if you don't have peak pricing, it's good to be aware of how much more energy you'll be using during the day working from home.
In other coronavirus news, the Valley Plaza Mall will be closed until further notice. Valley Plaza Mall officials closed it down starting last night at 7 p.m. However, mall management said Target will remain open, as well as many restaurants with exterior exits. And this is a challenging time for local businesses, obviously, so 23ABC wants to help bring the community together and keep everyone up to date. 23ABC started a Facebook group called We're Open Kern County. We want to keep you informed and hear from you directly, so anyone can join the group, and local businesses are able to share the services they're offering, what hours they're open, and how the community can help them out. To join, just go onto Facebook and search We're Open Kern County. And Little Caesars says today and tomorrow they're offering free pizza to doctors, nurses, and first responders as a thank you for their service. Just stop by any Little Caesars in Kern County, show your professional ID, and enjoy a hot and ready on the house. The limit is 1 per customer per visit. It's available for pickup only until supplies last.
As people across the country are asked to stay home in order to be safe, one industry is being asked to step up. 23 ABC's Daniela Garrido shares the story of a frontline nurse working during this epidemic.
I am a frontline responder, but I'm also struggling with daycare. I'm also struggling, with the panic that you feel when you get back home and you want to hold your child and you feel that you're going to get them sick.
Every day, nurses are getting up close and personal with exactly what we're being asked to stay away from: anyone with symptoms or exposure to the coronavirus. During this time, frontline responders are struggling with going home to their families where they could be carrying something they don't know about yet.
Matter of staying positive, of using protective equipment, and upon getting home, taking a shower and clean yourself as much as you can.
At Clinica Sierra Vista, drive-by testing began last week, and the number of sick patients coming near the clinics continues to rise.
The whole United States is out of masks, is low on gowns, low on goggles, and that has been challenge number one, how to protect and keep our healthcare providers safe. It's also been overwhelming to keep our clinics safe. There's a lot of patients that still want to walk in for paperwork, for questions, to schedule appointments for refills.
Even as the traffic increases, strict entrance procedures and the attention to detail in every patient will ultimately be what protects frontline responders.
Every time someone walks into a building, even if it's an employee or a contractor, patient, whoever it is, we get screened with a questionnaire that's going to ask you about any travel history, about any contact with any patients, and about symptoms. You're going to get your temperature checked.
Clinics across the county are constantly adapting their procedures to adhere to CDC guidelines that will protect those working to fight the virus.
I think we are playing a huge role in our communities all over the world. We need to protect ourselves and our families, so we need to make sure the protective equipment is there and it's adequate and it's appropriate, and we're using it for every single case.
From Bakersfield, I'm Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC, connecting you.
All right, let's switch gears, bring Alyssa back in, take another look outside.
Yeah, taking a look at our current temperature right now in Bakersfield, you'll see we're at 52 degrees, which is just about where we were yesterday morning. We're going to be climbing up to about 63 degrees today, which is below what we are usually seeing this time of year, probably about 5 to 10 degrees below average for this time of year. And we're seeing the same thing all across the county in the 60s and 50s across our valley areas today. Looking at our mountain highs, you'll see we're going to be in the 50s, the 40s in our mountain communities, a high of 50 for you in Tehachapi today. In Fraser Park, 49 for your high for today. Taking a look at our desert communities, we're going to be in the 60s and 50s for your highs. So coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit about the storm that we're expecting to see later on this week and how that might impact you. But for now, let's take a look at our roadways with CHP Officer Robert Rodriguez. Good morning, Robert.
Thank you very much, Alyssa. Again, good morning, everyone. If you're just joining in, so far it's been a very nice traffic commute through Bakersfield, but we are on scene of that earlier injury crash. Again, it's going to be a single vehicle rollover crash on Bear Mountain Boulevard, just south of Highway 58, and also receiving reports of some dense fog or low-lying clouds in that area. So just be careful if you're traveling to higher elevations on Highway 58 this morning. Also on the westbound side of Highway 58, just east of Chester Avenue, we have a vehicle that's partially blocking the slow lane there. It looks like a vehicle stalled out, so just be careful there as well. If you are going to travel again on our local freeways or major routes, so far so good out there. That's my look at traffic. Mike and Danielle, we'll send it back to you.